Now to get started with the automation, we would be needing the browsers, and we would need to call the browser classes from the Selenium API. As in, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new project, and I'll define a package called as test cases, and we'll be creating a new class called as test browsers, right? And for the time being, we will be checking this main method. This is because we have not yet studied any framework, right? Framework as in the Java framework, which will help us to convert our existing code into test cases and test suites. That will be done with the help of frameworks called as JUnit or TestNG, right? TestNG is what we'll be majorly focusing on because TestNG is very widely used not only in the Selenium industry, in entire automation industry, right? So I'll be focusing more on TestNG in this course. Although I have included some lectures on JUnit as well, but our major focus will be on TestNG, right? So, but till the time we have not studied TestNG, we're gonna use main method, and first we will be looking at entire end-to-end automation on our website, right? First we will get ourselves comfortable in automating a website, handling different elements available on a web, all feasible elements available on a web, get our hands on with different locator strategies like XPath, CSS, IDs, names, dynamic XPath, complex XPath, dynamic CSS, right? So first we'll try to configure each and every feasible element on the web so that no matter how complex the website is, we if it is on the web, if the element is on the web, our approach is that we should be able to automate it, right? So if we are able to handle all feasible and all available elements on a web, we can automate any website easily. So that is what approach that we need to take. So we'll be discussing about all these strategies in this course, right? So this is going to be a very detailed course and one of the biggest course in the industry, right? I'll make sure to cover each and every feasible topic in the Selenium industry, be it related to website automation, be it related to any third party utility framework integration. I'll try to make sure to add all the content in this course, right? So let's get started with our very first lecture on Selenium, that is configuring of browsers. So let's click on finish, and let me increase the font size. So in order to do that, the shortcut is Control Shift and plus. Try hitting plus button. It will increase the font size. There are many Eclipse shortcuts which I'll be going through in this course, right? Which will make our life very easy. So to get started, we'll first configure the Firefox browser. So in order to do that, the class is Firefox driver. So we just need to create an object of this class. Firefox driver equal to new Firefox driver. Right. We are getting some errors over here because this class is available inside this jar file. Right. So what we need to do, we need to import the package where this class belongs to. If you go to seleniumhq.org and go to download over here, you're going to find this class inside the API document. Not download, you need to go to Java documents. Sorry about that. So if you click the Java document, you'll see the API document that contains all list of classes that is there inside this jar file. So I was initially we started with a class called as Firefox driver. So I'll find this class over here. This class is responsible for launching Firefox and to perform any action on that browser. So class Firefox is inside a package this. So in case you want to call this class, you need to write the very first statement of importing this package dot star like this dot star, or the class name. Yes. Now you can see all the errors are gone. But it's not mandatory that you should be doing all these things on your own. Like you need not to remember which package this class belongs to. Simply mouse over onto this and you'll find that import option over here. Click on this and it will automatically get added, right? Even if you don't do it by doing mouse over, at times there are so many classes you're going to import over here. Simply say Control Shift O and all the classes will be added automatically. So Control plus Shift plus O is the shortcut, right? So that's it. And once you do driver dot, you should be able to call all the methods from this class, right? It's a huge collection of library, right? So the very first method I'm going to call is this get. See what this get is going to do. If I call this, it asks me for a URL in a format of string. So string means double quotes, and I'm going to provide the URL as http waytoautomation.com. That's it. Now what happens if I save this and run this, then see what will happen. Immediately it will error out. Right. Now why it errored out? Let's see. We got some exception saying illegal state exception. There are so many exceptions in Selenium library. We'll be discussing about all major exceptions that we're gonna face in our daily routine, right? So this is the very first thing we faced. So it says that the path to the driver executable. Now it is looking for some executable file, which it is saying that must be set by webdriver.gecko.driver system property. So what it is asking me to do, I need to copy this property and I need to pass it over here. I need to write a line over here that says system.set property, and the first argument is webdriver.gecko.driver, and the second argument is the path to the driver executable. Now, what this driver executable is and where it comes from. So, in Selenium 3, based on the W3C, that is Worldwide Web Consortium, there are some standards while you are launching this browser, while you have to do any communication, you want to build up any communication with these browsers, the browser vendors provides their own executable files, which helps this class basically communicates with the native class or the native API of Firefox browser, right? So that executable file is not provided by Selenium. That executable file is actually provided by the browser vendor. So if you go to Selenium HQ again, you'll go to download, you'll find it over here. See third party driver bindings, third party browser drivers not developed by Selenium HQ. And this is what Mozilla Gecko driver. This is designed and developed by Mozilla. So we'll be downloading the latest one. Now this is very important thing. You need to make sure whenever you are working on Selenium, you would be needing three things. One, latest Selenium jar file. Second, latest browser version. Be it Firefox, be it Chrome, be it IE, be it Safari, be it Opera. Whichever browser that you're working on, you need to make sure that is the latest one. Then the latest browser executable file. For Firefox, the file is this Gecko driver, which is provided by Mozilla, not by Selenium. And the current version is 0.23.0. We need to download it for Windows. For Mac is also available, for Linux is also available. I'm on Windows 64-bit, so we need to download the zip file. I'll simply click on this. It's a 5 MB file, a very small file. So it should be downloaded very quickly. So it's almost done, right? And it gets stored somewhere over in my downloads. There's a folder called as compressed. Just give me a moment. Inside this, we have this Gecko driver that I just downloaded. Right, I'll just copy this, move to F drive, Selenium prerequest, we'll paste it over here. Right, although I've already have this file downloaded somewhere in November, I'll delete this and extract the latest one. So we got it over here, and this is the file that we are looking for. Right, I'll just copy it and move it to a folder called as executables. I'll delete all these, paste it over here. Right, we'll be using the latest one. Just copy this path and paste it over here and say gecko. This is gecko driver.exe. Right, so just give gecko driver.exe. See, this is what the beauty of latest Eclipse IDE, that if a path is required at backslash, either you do it manually, or if you copy path from any location, it automatically makes it double backslash. Otherwise, if you want to give it forward slash, that should be single, right? So if backslash, then double backslash. That's it. So this is the only thing that you need to do. Save it, run it, and let's see whether it should launch Firefox, latest browser, latest executable, latest Selenium jar, should launch Firefox and should navigate to waytoautomation.com. So these are not errors, these are just information. See, latest browser launched and it's navigating to waytoautomation.com, right? And successfully navigated without any errors, right? So this is how we have seen the very first code. The program is terminated. It has successfully navigated, and we have successfully configured Firefox browser and launched our very first website on that, right? So in the next lecture, we're going to do configuration for another browser, that is Chrome. All right. Thank you.